Hi and welcome to my studio. We've moved from the bathroom to the studio today, dressed up again in one of the coats that was in my last presentation that I sent. I thought I'd do that, seeing as it's one of the few that still fit me after lockdown. So a bit of a twirl here. We're on transcription and this session is going to be about scaling up. Scaling up's very, very useful whether or not you're doing transcription. There's a number of things you can use it for, and it's quite a useful tool for an artist. So I'm just going to take you through the basic steps of how to. What I've got on the go at the moment here is a painting that I'm doing for my partner. He rather likes Marc Chagall's paintings, so here's the original. It's the photocopy chopped off the top and the bottom. So basically I've accounted for that in the way I'm scaling up. I want you to create the painting in the same size as the original painting. So I've made a canvas and it is the right size. Now to scale up it's quite tricky if you're not very good at maths, which I'm not. And what I've done with this one is that I've taken the original, I've taken a sheet of acetate and a permanent black marker, and I've marked out a grid over the top of the image, and what I've done is I've divided this into 10 equal pieces, which is quite easy obviously to do. Divisible by 10 is one I can just about cope with. So I've done 10 across and 10 down. Equally, I've divided my canvas into 10, so you can't really see very well, but just 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. There is a little mark, and I've drawn the grid on. Most of it's been painted over now, but I've drawn a grid that looks a little bit like this, but it's painted over now. So basically what you then look for, just so that when you're copying you know that you've got your scale and your composition right. It's very easy, especially if you're working on something as large as this. It's very, very easy to not really see it close up. But what you've got here is a grid over the top to work from. So for example, if I'm working in this grid here, here's my little square that corresponds on the painting, and I know that I can work within that. So I'm almost working on one mini painting per square onto the canvas, which makes life a hell of a lot easier. If you're very, very skillful, you can do it by eye. I think on a smaller piece of work it's easier to do, but when it's on something like this, or if you're not very confident in your ability to reproduce an image accurately, then this is a great way to be able to scale up. Conversely, if you've got a very large image, scale down. So you want to divide, just to summarise, so divide your painting perhaps into 10 equal parts is helpful, because then when you're measuring you know that you've just got to move the decimal point to get the right right distance. I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, email me or ask me questions on Facebook, and when you come to prepare your own 2D transcription, then you'll know how to scale it up. Okay, see you soon.